All right, welcome everybody to the January Body and Soul food class. So today I am prepping up a bunch of the meals from our latest TasteBuds subscription. So the first one I'm going to do is the easy sheet pan chicken thighs. And instead of beans, because I'm not a big fan of beans, I'm doing asparagus. So I'm going to give you my tips on asparagus. And depending how my timing goes, I will either record or just share in the email tips for the Greek turkey meatballs with Orzo. So a couple of them there for you. Plus, of course, earlier, a few days ago, I made the barbecue Kansas City mac and cheese, which was fantastic. I added bacon bits to that one, which I definitely encourage you to do as well if you like bacon bits. So what I've got here is I'm making one sheet here of the chicken thighs. As you can see, if I can get that up here, I've got my sheet pan. This is the half sheet pan. I'll show it to you more closely in a moment. And I've also got 2 bags of the chicken thighs right here because there's enough in a Costco package of chicken thighs for 3 of this recipe. And so I thought I'm just going to meal prep this all up. So what I did was I've washed all my vegetables, I've washed the asparagus, and I am breaking the tips off. And as you can see here, I've got the broken tip, like the woody ends of them that I'm setting aside, okay? And the reason I'm doing that is I am going to use this in my next time I make a chicken, any broth, really, a vegetable broth, chicken broth, anything like that. So I don't want to throw away perfectly good food, even if it's something I don't want to eat, like the hard ends of the asparagus, because this still has lots of flavor that you can use in a broth. So the best, you could just chop them all off, but I snap them and just take your asparagus and just use your thumb and snap it. Sometimes you get a little bit more off than other times, or it might not go quite right. Just give it a little bit of a, oh, that's too much. But whatever breaks off is the part that's not that great anyways. So there we go. So I just keep this. And what I'll do is put this into one of my micro cookers, steam it for about a minute, just enough. Essentially, I'm blanching it, and then I'll put it into an ice bath and freeze it. So I'm just going to set this aside to do a little bit later on. And when I'm making a chicken broth or turkey broth, if you've got your frozen turkey carcass from the holidays, then you'll just toss this into your first cook down of the bones and whatnot, and it adds a ton of extra flavor. Do this with your broccoli stalks, your cauliflower ends, all kinds of veggies that you aren't necessarily going to actually eat. I mean, I love the broccoli stalks myself. They make a great veggie dip, but this is a good way to get more out of your kitchen and not waste the food that you don't need to. So I'll set that aside to do later. And yes, so here is the sheet pan. This is our half sheet pan. So I've got 7 chicken thighs on here. Costco didn't have the boneless, skinless ones, so I had to go with these this time. So my cook time is going to be a little bit longer than the recipe says, but that's okay. And so I've also got the 2 bags right here handy as well. So let me see. The first thing would be to preheat the oven. I'm just prepping this up ahead of time. I'm going to pop this in the fridge and take it out a little while before I'm going to pop it in the oven. So I don't need to preheat my oven right now. And I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of oil, lemon juice, and 2 teaspoons of the seasoning salt, which came in your TasteBuds. I have a nice open one right here. I think it's open. Maybe it's a brand new one that, oh no, it's open yet. And so I save these and use these to mail out to people as well. So if you already have some of the seasonings, then you can do that if you want to do it as a little gift for somebody, gift topper or something. So I'm going to lemon juice, seasoning, and oil combined into a bowl, which I have right here. So several of the products that I'm going to be showing you guys are available on the Marketplace add-ons as well. So if there are items that you need in your own kitchen, like the half sheet pan, the small tongs, the 1 cup prep bowls. I've got the 2 cup here just because that's what I grabbed first. The mini measure all cup, the chef's knife, garlic press. Several of these items are on the Marketplace add-on this time. So, okay, so that's good. So I've measured this out, got 2 tablespoons there. And how much of this? 2 teaspoons of the seasoning salt. Oh, that's another one. We've got the adjustable measuring spoons also on the add-ons for Marketplace. And I like that the tablespoon has like 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons, and 2 teaspoons, etc. So it's not just that, although it doesn't fit into the jar. So maybe I'll do it this way. All right, so 1, 2, and we need a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm actually should be doubling this for into the bags as well, but I can just pour into the bags and that'll be fine. So I love our citrus press. It's fantastic. Sometimes people don't realize how you use it is you go like this. So opposite, don't put it in like that, the way not cut the same as the lemon. Put the lemon down so that you can turn it inside out essentially. So we need a tablespoon. I'm just going to eyeball that. And then I'm going to put a tablespoon worth into each of these bags. There we go. And see, it comes right out and these seeds are just right in there. So it doesn't go into your recipe. All right, set that aside in my little dish spot there. And the oil for these. Okay, so that was 2 tablespoons. And I'm totally an eyeballer just because I don't like to get all my measuring spoons messy. So I pour in my tablespoon oil in there. And I needed the 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt. So this is how I like to do my meal prepping. Making the same recipe multiple times so that or multiple batches of it right now so that I have all these meals in the freezer, right? To just grab and it's prepped up and ready, right? So handy that way. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna brush this onto the chicken on there, but in the bag, I'm just gonna close the bag up. I've left some air in there right now because I'm just gonna squish it around, right? You're gonna knead it up and get that oil and lemon juice and seasoning salt mixed all in. I won't prep up additional potatoes because those don't freeze well, okay? But the asparagus does. So now that I've got that kneaded, I'm gonna open up just a little bit, squeeze out all the extra air, because air is your enemy in the freezer, right? You don't want extra air. Let's do this one. And I'll come back to the freezer portion of it in a few minutes to give you a few more tips as well. All right. And it doesn't have to be perfect because once it gets defrosted, some of the juices will continue to mix around. And when it's cooking, it'll mix around. So set those there for a minute. Now I'm going to use this silicone pastry brush to get this on all of the chicken. Oh yeah, you can still see. Okay. So our sheet pan has a really nice thick rim and got a good depth to it, so you can cook stuff with lots of juices. We're gonna have lots of potatoes and asparagus on here as well. And they're dishwasher safe, although I prefer, because they're rather big, not to use the space in the dishwasher, but also super easy to clean anyways. They're very non-stick, just an absolute dream to cook with these sheet pans. I do love my stoneware, don't get me wrong, but these pans are great too. I don't know if I need that bowl again, but I don't think so. So let me check my recipe. So next, in a medium bowl, I'm gonna add the potatoes. Okay, perfect. So a medium bowl, I need potatoes, whatnot. So I'm gonna prep up my potatoes here for you and do these. Yes, and the beans, or in my case, the asparagus, will have seasoning salt on a separate sheet pan. Okay. So, I don't know if it's available yet, but we do have a modular sheet pan, which is great because there's 3 different sizes that go with. So that's a great one if you're looking for a modular sheet pan. It's supposed to be back in stock very soon. I believe it's our only item that's on back order, or not available, I should say. So that's a great one as well. So what I'm going to do for my asparagus, just because you don't need to watch the slow process of it, I'm going to steam these up for just a minute. so that for 2/3 of them, the ones that are gonna go in the freezer, so that I can freeze them without losing the freshness of them. So I'll keep that there, and then I'll do this 2/3 here, steamed a little bit and put into a freezer bag as well. And then I'll take that freezer bag and this freezer bag, and they'll go together into another bag all at once. And that way it's just grab the one bag and you're ready to go to put it onto a sheet pan and defrost it, and you're golden. So there's a bunch of meals done that way. And there's also going to be a crumb topping that goes on top of these, but you put it on halfway through. So I'm going to also prep up enough, and in a smaller Ziploc bag, have the crumb topping. So literally everything is ready and in that bag to grab and go. Okay. So that is my tips on batch cooking that way. And let me just get that going and ready for you. Okay, so let me get you back up to speed. I steamed up my veggies, the ones that I'm going to freeze, and I had them, I chopped them in half and steamed those up just for like a minute, put them in a cold water bath. And now I will put this, the asparagus and the chicken, along with the bag of topping, which is Parmesan cheese and panko crumbs and a little bit of olive oil, just mixed in there. So for the one I'm doing fresh, I did it in my prep bowl, mix that up, and it's going to be nice and crunchy on the top. And these will all go together into another Ziploc bag. Might seem like a lot of Ziplocs, but this one, the outer one, is easily reused because it's, unless of course you end up with contamination, but I don't usually. And then the veggie one is, you can reuse as well because it doesn't have any raw meat on it. So I just wash them. I used to tease my stepmom about washing Ziplocs when I was a teenager, but now I do it all the time. So I put them all in there, and I will seal this up, squeezing out as much air as possible in every bag. So it's literally up, and I can put a piece of paper in there that says the name of the recipe. I could even put a photocopy of the recipe, or I can print it off TasteBuds Hub and include it, so I got everything there and you don't have to go looking for it. So that will go right into my freezer. And watch now, we're gonna do the potatoes for the fresh batch. Okay, so the Rapid Fat Mandolin is one of our hottest selling items right now, you guys. This is a fantastic tool to have for everybody, every single kitchen. It does so many things. So watch and check out a few things. So it was all compacted. So you open this up, and that goes on there. This suctions down. Of course, I have it on my cutting board, doesn't suction to that. And you've got this little pusher here, which is 2 pieces. Okay, so you'll see it lines up. See the angle lines up the same. Okay, and this is the outer piece, and then this is your pusher. And how that works is, let me change my angle so you can see better. Slide things over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so it's in the closed position right now. So we can open this cover up, which covers the blade and keeps it protected. This whole thing is dishwasher safe, by the way. And when I have it in the dishwasher, I leave this open so that it can get right in there. And then you will release the handle here, because this, see that blade there, is what goes up and down. Instead of the food going up and down, the blade is going to go up and down. So you take this, and on the clear piece here, there's like little grippies, little teeth that will rest right in here. Use the button on the top to attach that. And then this is where you can put your food. So your hands are going nowhere near this blade, okay? It's well protected. This is a safe tool to use with supervision for children. It's a great tool to use for people who have strength issues, because adults can easily get leveraged. My daughter gets on a stool so that she has a better leverage, because otherwise she's down here. All right, so watch and see how awesome this is. All right, there is like 24 different thickness and cut variations you can do. There is 8 different thicknesses for how it's sliced, and then you can do diced, and you can also do julienne. So right now I want slices, so I've got it on the slice. And what does the recipe say? Oh, I'm looking very far away. How thick should my potatoes be? A quarter to what? I cannot read that. 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. Okay, so it's on the number 3 right now. I think I'll leave there and see how it goes. So remember that angle we talked about? You want to have that lined up with this too, okay? Not like this, not opposite, like this, the same angle. So the 3 might be thinner than I want. It's pretty thin. I'm going to go to a 4. This one, of course, is not going to cooperate. It's just moving him up a little bit. So have a look at that. That's my thickness. So that looks pretty good. It's about 1/4 inch. I don't want them thicker than that. I like them to cook nice through. So this is a great way to do scalloped potatoes. This is a really big potato, so I'm going to cut this in half this way. And the Rapid Prep Mandolin is on sale for January, which is such a great price. Ooh, that's a bit too wide that way too. For $80.75, I believe it is. So definitely check that out if this is on your wish list. Hosts this month can get this hat off the sale price even. I think it likes this angle that I've got this. So, and I'm going to do this one again because it's such a fat potato. I could even do them side by side and then they go in a little bit different, so that's okay. I've done lots of carrots. You can do cucumbers. You can do, just going to take this one out because it's getting too thick. You can do radishes. You can do all kinds of vegetables, everything in here, really. Potatoes. Now, is this one too thick? No, this one should be okay. Move that along a little bit. So easy. If you're really thin, if you want to make like potato chips in the air fryer, apple chips, nice and healthy snack for the kids. Ta-da! So there's like one piece in there, but I'll just clean that up after. When you go like this, you can get it into it, and that's it. And again, like I said, dishwasher safe. So great tool to have for every vegetable prep. You can do chunks of what's that word? Cabbage, to do like coleslaw, just like everything up. You can do onions, everything so quickly. So if I wanted to dice them, I could, if I had done slices, I should have shown you one, but it's too late now. But I could have done slices this way, like potatoes, pardon me, fries. And then I could have sliced them up again, even to diced if I wanted for hash browns or anything like that. So this is all going to go on the sheet pan together. These get mixed up into a bowl and I can put some more seasonings on them and I'll just be able to mix that all up. And I wanted to also let you know, if you are cooking for anybody who is celiac or gluten-free, we have the brownie mix and the chocolate chip cookie mix. These are both gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, vegan, non-GMO, so did I say soy-free? Yeah, made without nuts. Like these two packages are so great and they're delicious, you guys, seriously delicious. I'm going to make a batch of the brownies and post it in my foodie group, so check that out. But there's so many pieces, different ones as well. This one's caramel latte bread, not gluten-free, but delicious, my favorite, absolutely. So check the marketplace add-ons so that you can grab a couple extra little things if you want. Even if you need something like a food chopper, you can get that for free shipping with your marketplace add-ons, and it just ships with your next TasteBuds subscription. So check that all out. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will include the recipe tips about the Greek turkey meatballs in the email that you got this recording for. So talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for jumping on. Bye.